Howdy, I'm Matt, and in this episode we are going to be discussing LIPO bags. Now this LIPO bag measures 185 by 75 by 60 millimeters, and I just want to make the point, using a LIPO bag at all times is just great common sense considering how inexpensive these bags are. So let's get this one open, and you'll notice that I've got a variety of batteries over here on the side, and where's my scissors gone? Now I also want to say a big thank you to Banggood. The reason why I'm saying a thank you to Banggood is because I contacted Banggood directly and I specifically asked for this LIPO Safe bag and 3 others as well, and we're going to be putting them to the test, literally stabbing batteries, LIPO batteries, and sticking fireworks inside of these LIPO bags just to really hammer home the point on what a good idea these LIPO bags are. So a big thank you to Banggood for supporting us in this video. Now with that said, let's take a closer look. So once we open this up, we will see it is of a fair size. This is a nice double, it feels, yeah, you've got one coating, a really nice shiny coating on the inside, and you've got the traditional silver lining on the outside. The sewing on it is very good. I can see this, again, you're always worried when you buy something online, is it any good or not, but you can kind of see the stitching now, and there's me tugging away on it, and I'm not hearing it. Well, I really did yank on it and managed to do a tiny little tear in the corner. But that aside, it's a fair old size, and this LIPO bag would be a perfect choice for a smaller 1300 3S, a 2200 4S, and even, dare I say, a 5200 4S pack. Okay, now a real daft point is that when you're charging batteries like this, you need to keep your charger outside of the LIPO Safe bag, and the reason for that is many of these chargers create heats, and that's why you've got an air vent and a fan on these chargers, because they do create heat. So it's not a good idea for you to put your charger and the batteries in the same bag at the same time and then charge them up. That's going to get them really nice and warm, and that's never a good idea. So let's move those back out, and again, it sounds daft, but it's pretty straightforward. So what you would typically do is leave the balance lead or similar hanging outside the edge of the bag like so, bend it over, tape it up, and then go on and charge your battery out of the side. That does mean that if the worst case was to happen and the battery, one of the cells, were to fatigue and explode or vent, is that it would keep the heat in one area to give you an extended period of time of safety. Okay, so keep that in the back of your mind. Also, LIPO bags like these are perfect for the transportation of batteries too. And wow, that Velcro is very good on the front of it. And it's a huge strip of Velcro which they've got on there too. Again, I am just going to point out the small details because it's the small details which count, that there is genuinely nice stitching on here. Now, a point I was trying to make, you can also use these LIPO bags for the transportation of your LIPOs to the flight line too. So I've popped a couple of batteries in there. We can then put it safely within our flight bag. Obviously we still don't want things poking it, etc, etc. That's never a good idea, and we can now take our batteries to the flight line and go on and enjoy our day flying. So that is a brief overview to the LIPO Safe. Let me just get this right, it was 185 millimeters by 75 by 60, and it costs around about $9, give or take a little bit. Sometimes they pop up and sell and prices fluctuate over time. The short version is LIPO Safe bags, no matter what the size may be, are genuinely always a good idea for not only the charging but the storage and the transportation of your batteries. In short, any container which is going to help you with those 3 instances are going to help you be a safer RC pilot. So I hope that makes sense. Again, I am going to say a big thank you to Banggood for supporting this video. Remember, that's something which I want to be 100% clear about. I will put a link to this LIPO Safe bag in the video description if you like the proportions of it. Again, I know that really the size of the bag really does depend upon the uses, and I've got multiple sizes here, and I could see if I wasn't going to be sticking a rocket in it or fireworks in there, I could see this actually being a pretty good choice for what I do with my models, because if we take a look at that 5200 4S pack, that would be ideal for leaving me with the 2 wires hanging out either side. If I can do that properly, there we go. Like so, and then I can just leave the charger hanging off the side, and that would be a perfect choice here for my workbench. Now, on a very serious point, I do know somebody's whose garage burnt down. It wasn't because of a faulty battery. Ironically, it was from a faulty balance lead, and perhaps it may not have been so devastating, like literally his house and his neighbour's house almost caught fire. That may have been mitigated if, I won't say his name, but we'll say that lovely gent, he was actually a genuinely nice guy, it may be using a LIPO SAFE bag. That would have definitely mitigated some of the challenges which we have as RC pilots, because in reality it's just you can see how thin the plastic is on these bags, and LIPOs, it only takes a pinprick to set them off. So with that said, for myself, Matt, a big thank you to you for taking the time to join me here at the workbench. I hope that you found this introduction to LIPO SAFE bags useful, and this one may or may not be the right one for you. If it is, like I said, there's a link to it in the video description, and again, thank you to Banggood for supporting this video, because we are literally going to be setting fire to these very shortly, and there'll be a video out on that on the YouTube channel in the next couple of days or so. So with that said, as always, from myself, Matt, cheerios!